You can run, you can hide, but the smokescreen cannot survive. XRP utility and growth obviously cannot be stopped. What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic Friday. Been away for quite a while. Not feeling amazing right now, but I think I'm feeling good enough to go through the Q4 2021 XRP markets report. And some other news that has come out over the past couple days that I have found interesting, and we'll try to get back into something daily here starting tomorrow. So if you're not aware, Ripple essentially publishes this quarterly XRP markets report, obviously on a quarterly basis, for transparency mechanisms within the community and stakeholders within RippleNet, as well as just for transparency, period. Now, they do kind of go over an entire crypto market summary here. Obviously, they mentioned Sandbox leading to that $93 million round led by SoftBank, land acquisition by Adidas, things like that. So, but what was interesting to me is in talking about NFTs, just kind of talking about the NFT marketplaces, how, a lot of these platforms on Solana stealing away Ethereum market value based on the fact that users are just very sick of paying for the high gas fees, et cetera, et cetera. But talking about NFT scams across blockchains continuing to be a concern. And I wanted to give a shout out as far as due diligence is concerned, because I know that XPunks and obviously the On XRP initiative is a platform that is trying to, hopefully one of many that are going to be coming in the future, because everybody should be trying to aid in these networks. A platform, having at least a minimum viable listing requirement mechanism for projects to potentially vet themselves to that platform, and then hopefully to vet themselves to the community. Obviously respect everybody's privacy, but I wanted to talk about this, and this is kind of the aspect that I found very interesting. I certainly recommend that you read this. It talks a lot about the state of global regulation, everything else. But end of year momentum and disciplined responsible stakeholders, Q4 sales and purchases. These are what are the things that I find interesting, especially given the SEC lawsuit, especially given the dissolution of the Ripple/MoneyGram partnership. 2021 was RippleNet's most successful and lucrative year to date, as global momentum skyrocketed with customer demand despite the headwinds from the SEC. Obviously, that was December 2020. The number of transactions on RippleNet more than doubled, with a payment volume run rate of over $10 billion. This is a testament to the product, considering Ripple parted ways with MoneyGram, its largest customer, immediately after the SEC filed its lawsuit against Ripple. With over 20 payout markets for ODL, or on-demand liquidity, which obviously we're dealing in XRP, most recently adding the Middle East, RippleNet continues to see more global demand for the product. Most notably, APAC continues to be one of the largest contributors of ODL volume on RippleNet, more than doubling in 2021. Now, it's just kind of that consistent growth that we are seeing across XRP sales. And last quarter, so this is Q4, 717 million versus 491.74 million the previous quarter. So we can see here total ODL, or on-demand liquidity related sales in Q4 of 2021 was 1.03 billion, 491 within Q3 2021. Total purchases, global XRP volume, obviously we saw a little bit of a downtrend here these past few months. The entire digital asset ecosystem, as far as all the assets, have had a little bit of decline in volume. Well, unless they're being sold off, because then the increase in volume. But yeah, I will say that, a lot of the times people are looking at things like Bitcoin and Ethereum as kind of being the safeguards for these markets, and I certainly think that does hold water, at least in the past. But it's going to be really interesting for me to see, like, when we actually do see things like Solana or other assets, XRP obviously, with real utilization, like when the utilization takes over the hype, because right now it's still more hype than utilization, I think, across the board, and the lack of regulatory clarity. What happens whenever that shifts and the seesaw gets weighted down to the other side, weighted towards utility? Because I think that we're going to have much more stable markets, and for that to occur, obviously, and this isn't financial advice, but the market cap of crypto, and I understand people hate the term market cap, but has got to be quite a bit higher. And I think that all of us understand that utility is coming. Leases, XRP price and volume, but I want to shake through some of this other stuff. So I will certainly post a link to this Q4 2021 markets report. Saw this, I know XRP Yoda sent this to me as well. Saw this last week. The White House, or earlier this week, White House set to release, I'm losing track of days with this crap sickness. The White House is set to release an executive order on cryptocurrencies as early as February. Great. I mean, these are, and you know what, my standpoint on this is 100% is that the freedom to innovate is certainly an issue of national security across any of these nations, because this digital asset space is going to grow larger than anybody that you will ever talk to outside of this space will ever think that it can get to. It is literally going to swallow everything. It's the internet times 100 because it's dealing in actual value as well. Information is value, obviously, but value is value. People care about money and it talks. So this is just kind of the reiteration of that. White House wants crypto rules as a matter of national security. And then just real quick, kind of a shotgun aspect here. Some things that I saw over the past couple days that just kind of allude to what's coming. Now, I don't know if this dude was 100% the head of gaming, but he certainly referred to himself as the head of gaming. I think he was there for 8 years at YouTube, leaving to join Polygon. Robinhood beta testing crypto wallet functionality. Wow. What does it say? Fact checked or yeah, hold on. I saw something about, yeah. Analysts say that the addition of crypto wallets could bolster numbers for new signups on Robinhood's platform. Well, obviously, no shit. Google Cloud is hiring a legion of blockchain experts to expand its business. This is obviously a no-brainer as well. We consistently see things like Amazon Web Services. Make no mistake about it. I mean, that's a portion of Amazon, but that is not the Amazon that we think of. AWS is a little bit different. Google Cloud is just another one of these just massive conglomerate type organizations as far as development is concerned, and the maintainers of networks just getting into blockchain. And then a Left Zero, I did see this. I know if you follow one guy that I very much so recommend following, if you're interested in diversification, is Dread Bongo. I wish I had his Twitter up right now. Maybe I'll post his Twitter link down here. He was talking about a Left Zero for probably the past year. A Left Zero actually did, I think OTC it was selling between like $1.10 and $1.20 as of last week, and it launched on MECX exchange, if I'm getting that right, or MEXC or whatever. I don't have that exchange. Yesterday, the day before, did the token launch, and still trading around 60 or 70 cents. I think right now it's probably about $100 million market cap. Certainly not affiliated with Left Zero at all, but paying attention to layer ones is interesting, and just presenting that to you guys. A Left Zero SmartNet experimental test network to test smart contracts on a Left Zero. Saw this Ether ETF document come out today, but I'm going to skip over that because I'm going to go to this Riot blockchain thing that I found from Congress. This was today. A letter sent to Jason Les, and apparently this is one of the heads of a Riot blockchain, and this is a whole letter from Congress essentially telling Riot blockchain that they have a deadline of early February to provide quite a bit of information as far as the impact of Bitcoin mining and their Bitcoin mining operations on the the ecosystem of nature. So I think that this is not the last that we see of rhetoric like this, and this isn't rhetoric. These are real questions that are going to be asked, because make no mistake about it, at some point, the non-green nature of a lot of these proof of work mechanisms, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't hold whatever asset you feel like you should hold. They're going to become issues in the plan, in the larger scheme of things, as far as the green initiatives are going to be rolling out by 2030. That carbon neutrality, that carbon negativity. We do know that networks like Hedera Hashgraph, obviously, they deal in carbon credits and make their own network carbon negative. But yeah, this is not going to go away. This subject is certainly not going to go away. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I got through it all. I actually found myself a little bit more out of breath than I normally would have been, but it's not a big deal. I will be back tomorrow if there is news to present, and it's good to be back, and thank you guys all for your patience. I very much so appreciate it. All right, bye.